dip here again. Again here with Daniel. We're going to continue working from top half guard. Let's see everyone. Moving the head sideways. Up and down. Circling the head. Both sides. The other arm, also both sides of one, forward and backwards, moving the hips. All right. Grounding me on the floor, separation, 10 times on the side. And hip escape and run. Pause 10 times each side. We're gonna go to the third position. And we're gonna back step. Hips low but above the floor. 10 times each side of one. Again here on our hands and feet, pushing the leg through from one side to the other side, as we've been doing lately. Just to loosen up the hips, 10 times each side as well. And to wrap up the toe drills, rolling backwards over the shoulder, forward again, controlling your hips, the same to the other side. You can drop on your hips if you want. Roll forward again. 5 times each side, back and forth. And we're gonna move to the partner drills. Let's go, people. Okay, everyone. As a drill, we're just gonna keep repeating the back step passes, either passing the guard or going to the back. So I'm gonna be here with Dania. Dania has her underhook in place, half guard in place. I'm using the tweezer so she doesn't take my back. I'm gonna let go of the tweezer and immediately back step. As I back step, my hips stay up. I'm gonna push her leg away until you can free my knee. As I free my knee, I push her knee down, step over, squeezing my knees together. From here, I'm already pushing Dania down. I'm gonna throw my leg over, dropping my head and passing to the side control. From here, Dania's gonna hip skate. She's gonna put me in the half guard. She already has the underhook here in place. And I'm going to do the same, but this time going for the back take that we saw. So here again, back step. Hips stay up, shoulder on her face. I'm gonna free the knee. As I free the knee now, I'm gonna let go of the head, shoulder on the floor. I'm gonna push her hip here with my leg. First, I get the seat belt, put the second hook inside, and now I'm gonna have her back. Okay, so we're just gonna be switching between those two positions. She's gonna push my elbow away, escape. I'm gonna come up. She's gonna have the half guard again. And we're just gonna keep working with each other. You can do both. You can pick one to do, up to you. Okay, everyone? Important for us is to keep repeating so you can get the mobility. Next step, control the top leg, bring my leg up over, push her down, leg over, and now I pass. She goes back to the half guard. I do the same, escape, bring the knee, going straight to the back. And we're just gonna be switching positions like this. Okay, so I would recommend you guys to try both, but if you want to stick to one because it's more suitable for your game, or that you feel more comfortable, it's also fine. One of you on top for 3 minutes, then you switch, works on the bottom, get on top. Try not to be so fast, try to understand the steps. If you need more details, check the previous classes in which we explain those two movements, but step by step, as soon as you guys are comfortable, then you can speed up. Let's work with today's position, people. Okay, everyone, so we already saw some counters to the deep half, and today we're gonna work in a situation where my opponent is actually a little bit further away. So a situation where she entered the deep half and she already assembled that single leg position right now. And what is important for me, people, is to make sure that my opponent cannot turn to the opposite side, because if Danya turns to her right side right now, she's gonna be able to come up and get the sweep. We don't want that to happen. So what I want to do is to control her top leg to make sure that she cannot turn her hip. So with the gi, I can grab her pants. No gi, I'm just gonna be blocking her knee right now. And of course I can do that with the gi as well. I just wanna make sure that as long as I have this control, then it's gonna have a really hard time turning her hip. Okay, I'm gonna be controlling. And now, people, what I like to do is, you guys can see that her head, is really connected to my leg right here. I just wanna push her head down a little bit and hop over, putting my weight on her, okay? Pay attention, everyone, that my butt is above the floor. I'm using my foot and knee to drive my weight on top of Danya to make it harder for her to turn. If I want, I can even keep a grip here on her knee to make it harder. But the most important thing is that I stay heavy over her shoulder so she cannot turn. Pay attention as well, my hip is not on the floor, but low. Okay, if I stay high like this, exactly, Danya breaks my balance. Alright, I wanna be low. So from here, people, I get some options, okay? So first option, if my opponent is not so careful here with the grip, I can simply control the wrist, bring my arm through, break her grip, and from here, I already have a kimura, already get the submission, okay? A lot of the times it's not gonna be possible because my opponent's doing a good control, all right? It's gonna be complicated for me to work with the grip. So what I'm going to do right now is to focus on freeing my leg. So here, people, I can grab the skirt of the jacket or the belt, and I wanna control the top leg as well, okay? I wanna start moving my hip away from her hip to make it harder. And this foot that I have on the floor, I'm gonna start kicking her knee away until I can free my foot. I'm gonna keep this grip that I have on her pants so then I cannot come close here with the legs. I'm gonna sprung to break the grip, and I'm already on the side control. The third option that we can use is basically what we've been working on the drill. So then it went all the way through, okay? She got here with the single leg position. I'm gonna control the top leg. I'm gonna push her head down. I'm gonna bring my leg over, and I'm gonna be heavy on her shoulder. I can keep controlling the leg. So here, what I'm going to do is keep the grips that I have. I'm going to move my hip backwards here towards her head until I can free my knee. Okay, and from here, people, just like we've been doing before, I'm gonna bring my calf behind her knee, my shoulder behind her hip. I'm gonna roll forward, already controlling her leg with my leg, push her forward. First the seat belt, then I get the second hook, and I have her back. Okay? So, one more time. Danya went all the way through here with the deep half. She has a single leg. Most important thing for at the beginning is that Danya cannot turn, so I'm gonna be pushing her knee down, okay? Now I'm gonna push her head down so I can bring my leg over the head, and from here, I drop my hip, and I drop my upper body over the shoulder. I wanna be in this position right here, so Danya doesn't have space to move. If I want to improve my control, I can keep pushing her knee down. Although, if you have the correct weight here, the correct pressure, then it's not gonna be able, your opponent's not gonna be able to move. Okay, I'm really smashing her shoulder. First option that we can try, control the wrist, grab my own wrist, go for the kimura. If not, let's say that she's grabbing really tight, I'm gonna move my hip away, step on her knee. As I free the leg, I sprawl and I go to the side control. Let's say that none of those options were available. So what I can do is roll to take the back. So I'm gonna be pushing the leg, I'm gonna move my hip so I can free my knee. Look people, I'm gonna bring my calf right behind her knee so you have a good control of the hip, my shoulder behind her hip, and I'm already in the position to take the back. This hook helps, okay everyone, to get a good control of the leg. From here, I can simply push my own foot. First I get the seat belt, then I get the second hook, and I'm already on her back in a position to get the submission, okay? So what is important for you guys is to put yourself in a position where your opponent cannot attack. So the first steps, just one more time, Tanya, please. So she entered the deep half, she moved. Going to this point is what is the most important situation that you have to focus on. From here, you guys are gonna see many options appearing, okay? But what is important is that your opponent cannot come up. So make sure everyone, keep your pressure over your opponent's shoulder, done it, and keep the control on the leg as well. As long as I'm here, then I cannot turn to neither of the sides. My hip is still a little bit up so I can keep my pressure. And now I have time to figure out what I'm going to do from here, okay? So, no time limit for this one, okay people? Just make sure you guys follow the steps, right? And try out the options, see what you guys can get. But again, what is the most important thing for you is to understand the weight that you're supposed to have, where you should be putting your weight, so you can find a comfortable position for you to work. All right, so hope you guys have enjoyed, and let's train a little bit, people. Okay, everyone, so we've been working with deep half. So normally we're gonna work in this situation where I tell you guys, the person on the bottom to attack from the bottom, trying to get a sweep or submission, the person on top trying to pass. But this time, let's work in a more specific scenario. Let's work in a way that your opponent is already here in this position, not all the way through. We're gonna start from here, and you guys can work from the deep half guard. It's good because you guys can see more options. You can switch to other types of half guard, of course, but starting from this one in a scenario where the person on top has both of the legs controlled by the person on the bottom, I think it's a good way for you guys to exercise this a little bit. The person on the bottom, of course, from here, trying to get a sweep. The person on top trying to pass, either using the first position that we worked or the position that we saw today. Okay, if you guys want to switch to other scenarios, that's also fine. Okay, just so we can exercise this topic a little bit more. Okay, so what I've been on top for 3 minutes, then you switch, shoulders on the bottom, get on top, focusing more on the deep half. And then you guys can add as many rolls as you want. Okay, nice to see you everyone, hope everyone's okay, and see you tomorrow, people, bye-bye.